Hey guys, I am back again with another video. Yes, I know last year I kind of just went MIA out of fucking nowhere because I kind of gave up, but I'm back again, so that's the main thing. And today's video is going to be a book review on a book by Helen Callahan called Dear Amy. So this book follows a teacher called Margot Lewis who works as, obviously I just said it just now, a teacher at this high school. I'm not sure what's the Britain word for it, but she works in a high school and she works as a part-time aunt, agony aunt, sorry, at this local paper. So at the time she's working as this agony aunt and a teacher, a teenage girl was kidnapped called Katie Brown. And then from there, this Margot girl, lady, started receiving like letters from Bethan, because it's like Bethany, so it's Bethan, right? So yeah, anyways, she started receiving letters from Bethan Avery, and Bethan Avery is a girl who was presumably kidnapped or disappeared 20 years ago. So Margot starts like the whole detective thing to kind of find out who is writing these letters from, from supposedly Bethan, I swear I cannot say her name, Bethan Avery, to find out where Katie is and to save Katie. I am doing the summary an injustice, but let's just get into the review. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars because I hated it. Like when I got this book from the library, I really liked the premise because it's like an agony aunt, she's kind of like a nobody. She doesn't know shit. And then she just gets these letters and she just wants to help, and then suddenly she's embroiled in this whole mystery of a missing girl, and then another missing girl might be like sex trafficking or whatever. It seemed like my kind of thing, like somebody who was like not into it but then sucked into it. Oh my god, my brain cells have died. So yeah, I didn't like it, and the reason why I didn't like this book is mainly because Margot Lewis is such a hard character to get behind. She's so paranoid, like the way she's written, right? She's so paranoid, she's so anxious, like she's just neurotic. But the thing is, she's neurotic without no basis. I don't mind if a character is neurotic or has anxiety or has mental issues, but you gotta have a reason. There has to be a reason for it. Like maybe it's a stressful situation, or maybe somebody's making her this way, or something. But then with Margot, or maybe how the plot was written, it seemed like all her stresses came out of nowhere. So, and then plus I don't know, she's such a weird character. I just really didn't like her. She's so negative all the time. And then when her best friend tried to tell her like, hey Margot, you might want to see the doctor because you're getting divorced, and then like everything's stressing you out, like maybe just go see a doctor just to see how you are. Like, it's like a nice, not, what is it, what's nasihat in English, advice. Yeah, it's like a nice advice from a good friend, and then she completely flips out, be like, oh my god, you're against me, you don't believe me, you don't trust me. And I'm like, girl, she's just trying to help, man. I mean, like, if I start receiving letters from a girl presumably who disappeared 20 years ago, and then suddenly like I was attacked, and then you know shit starts to happen, I would want to go see a therapist too. Like, I mean, that shit's crazy. So anyways, Margot is just a weird character. I couldn't get behind her. And then comes the plot. The plot. Oh my god, the plot. It's so boring. Basically, it's just so boring. Like, nothing happens. All the book is about is basically just Margot trying to find out like who's writing these letters, and then we get like this, her section is from first person point of view, right? And then we get to Katie Brown, and Katie Brown's section is like from a third person point of view. But basically the plot is so boring because nothing happens. Like, at least nothing interesting happens. It's just Margot like being in her head too much, and then you just, that's it, that's the plot. Basically there's no plot twist. There is an attempt of a plot twist towards the end, but come on, man, I saw that plot twist like a mile away, and I'm blind without my glasses, so it didn't pan out. So basically, yeah, the plot was boring. I hated Margot, but then comes the third thing of why I hated this book so much. It's because of the ham-fisted romance that came so far out of left field. I'm pretty sure it came out of outer space. Because, right, I might be getting into like spoilery sections, so if you want to read the book, just head out. Just know that I hate the book. But anyways, in this book, like after Margot receives the letter, right, she goes to the cops and everything, and then the cops, or like the people who know the cops, start to get back to her, and one of them is this Dr. Martin Forrester. He's kind of like a criminologist. I forgot the proper term that was written in the book, but let's just assume he's a criminologist, right? So he kind of sees patterns, and then he sees that, oh shit, but Bethan Avery has written, like, why now, you know, what happened, what's the catalyst. So he asks to meet Margot, and then so he meets Margot, right, and then they have a nice little chat, and then just to talk about like the cases, and then like all the other girls that go missing, and there's a possibility that it might be from the same perpetrator, right? And then after that, so the meeting ends, they meet again for a recreation of how Bethan was kidnapped and everything. And then after that, what do you call it? I'm if I'm not mistaken, because this book is so forgettable, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, Margot was attacked, and then the only person she wants to talk to is Martin. So after that, she goes to his house, and then she starts having this revelation that, oh my god, like, this is spoilery, by the way. This is definitely spoiler. Like, get out, you know. Then she starts to realize, oh my god, maybe I am Bethan Avery, and then it's like, what do you call it? The romance is so weird because there is no instances of like things happening between them. How they meet and their like relationship with each other, the time frame is so short, and then by the end of the book, I'm expected to believe that they fell in love, and I feel like it's out of nowhere, because it's like, I don't know why Martin likes Margot. I don't know why Margot likes Martin. Is it just because he's hot? Like, really? Hotness ain't everything, you know? I mean, like, girl, the D ain't everything, okay? So I just feel like, why did the romance had to happen? Why can't they just be friends? And maybe if there is a second book, maybe towards the second book, they can like explore their romance shit or whatever. But in this book, it was just so weird because they had no chemistry, no nothing, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, I'm supposed to believe they're a couple and they're so in love. Like, yeah. Basically, those are all my thoughts for this book. This book. My God. And I had a few notes. Wait, where are my notes? Okay, I had a few things, other things that I wanted to say, but yeah. So, okay, in conclusion, basically, I didn't like this book. I really liked the premise, though. I really did like the premise, but the execution of said premise did not pan out. So I think that's why I just didn't enjoy this book. I hope you guys did, though. So, I guess that's it for my review. Peace out. That's so lame. Okay, bye guys. See you in the next video.